St. Louis, Missouri.
Whoops. You're zooming in from Missouri, right?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Amen. Amen, my buddies. How about you, April?
I'm April Ellenberg, and I am zooming in from St. Clair Shores, Michigan, which is just north of Detroit.
Oh, wow. Wow. And how about you, Susan? Oops, we got to unmute you. You got to unmute yourself, though. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so I'm Susan Bartlett, and I'm from ATX, and I'm friends with Judy. So I
Amen.
get to see her a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, more and more now, everything's starting to open up.
Yes, amen.
Amen. Well, let's get ahead, and here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna mute everybody, and we're gonna start, and there'll be parts where we will unmute and play and all that other fun stuff. So, oops, hang on a second. Get my techie stuff going. So, welcome to 2021. Your best 2021 self ever. Now, how many of you raise your hand this has been quite a year so far of re-entering or whatever it is, putting whatever it was behind us, and we're halfway through 2021. That's a midpoint. And let me tell you a little bit about myself, and then we'll get going here. So, as a certified life mastery consultant with the Brave Thinking Institute, I help people design and manifest a life that's in harmony with your soul's purpose. And I've been doing this for 12 years, and I now work with the global population and help people build their dreams, accelerate your results, and create more rich, fulfilling lives. So there's a couple books I've been a part of, and recently this book, Short, Sweet, and Sacred, it's a compilation of 52 of us, just hit the bestseller with, oh, you got it, Marianne. It just hit the bestseller list in 5 countries. And we're just blown away by the impact. It's all about impact. Those stories are going to be making. It's our personal stories. So I spent 17 years in the special ed classroom, and in 2014 got the Dream Builder Achievement Awards. But I appeared on stage with Mary, Morsi, and Matt. But I just want to talk about in 2020 we created. I felt the need for a global connection, so we created Paradigm Shifters, a Facebook group, and it's a global community where we shift and uplift each other with Transformation Tuesdays. So it's all about impact, isn't it? And impacting our lives and other people's lives throughout the world. So are you ready to get started? And okay, so here we go. Oops, hang on a second. I'm going to go like this and make sure the sound is on here. Yeah, little techie stuff. One thing in 2020, I've gotten a lot more techie. I'm learning, so extra grace required, right? All right. So let's take a deep breath in. Yeah, deep breath in. And the title of this 90 minutes is A Vision for Your Best 2021 Self. And today's Saturday, June 26th. All right. So there you go. How's that for a picture of getting the energy up and out? All right. Yeah. So my passion is igniting the fire of your dream. That's what I do, and I have a vision for impacting 1 million families for global transformation and intergenerational transformation. And here's a copy of the book there. All right, there you go. All right, so my intention for this time is to give you 3 tools to help you achieve your goals, create greater clarity on your goals and dreams, and feel even more confident in your ability to achieve them. So what I'd love to have you do now is to take a minute and write down your intention for being on this workshop. What is it? An intention where at the end that you will say, there it was, an intention. Anyone want to unmute and come in here and give me an intention so I can hold it with you? What's your intention for showing up today, Marianne? Got one? Go ahead, Susan. Come on and unmute and we'll bring you up. There you go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would say a peacefulness.
A peacefulness.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Intentional for peace.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead. All right. So everybody wrote down something, and we're going to take that and hold it to be so. So I wanted to start out with this whole language of success, because we're going to be teaching or talking, I'm not going to say a different language, but when I first heard that, I couldn't quite grasp what this meant. And so I want to show you what a language of success looks like and sounds like. And bear in mind, you might not understand a word that she's saying, but every energy in her cell says success. You ready for that? Okay.
Oh, well, why? It'll be a why. It'll be a why. It'll be why. That way song.
Oh, I love that song. Sing it again. Give me more.
I will be the obese.
Sing more.
I'll be obese. Obese.
What's that?
Obese. Obese. Obese.
I be a why.
Why?
Is that how you say it?
Yes. Why be and why?
Hi.
It's even Bobby why?
All right. Well, that's my granddaughter, Anna, right? And that was when she was 2, and she's 7 now. And I was doing all this coaching, and like, okay, Anna, go for it. So wouldn't that be a feeling of there's a language there, couldn't understand it, but you knew the feeling behind the language. So how many of you have ever achieved a goal or dream? Everybody here? Yeah. All right. Good. Great. So raise your hand if you've had some area in your life that you would love to improve. Yes, there's some area there that you would love to improve. Maybe you've made some progress on it and maybe not, but some area in there where you'd love to improve. Because you are capable of far more than you know. Let's just say you're very successful. You're even capable and have more potential than even where you are now. This is Ken Breslow. He was one of my very first clients, and Ken is deaf. And his passion, my daughter Judy is an interpreter for the deaf, so we would get together and have these sessions, coaching sessions, and his desire was to take this positive energy into the deaf community. He had no idea. And everything, I mean, at any rate, after working with him for quite a few years, he right now is got his PhD in positive psychology and now he takes his business and his coaching into the deaf community. So it's like knowing that there's something inside, no matter what your ability or disability is currently, you're far more capable of anything you know. So the quality of your life right now is determined by the quality of your thinking. I hear amen. Mm-hmm. So your goals and dreams are often born out of the challenges that you face. So yeah, bring to mind a challenge you might be facing right now. And so sometimes your vision, all the time, your vision will be born out of the challenge, right? So there's two signals for growth. There's your longing for something more, and also your discontent for where you are now. So there's two essential energies. There's the pain of your problem and also the burning desire for what you want. And these are both essential for creating new results. Okay, so here we go. So let me give you a little bit of background about where one of the first times where I knew it was from the pain that I knew that I needed to do something different. And it was in 1998, and I was sitting in a Subway restaurant, and my 3 adult children were there, and my 3 children were there, and they were, hang on a second, some more people are coming in. We were sitting in the Subway, they were sitting there, and I was there kind of in the background, and I was listening to them talk about what it was going to be like to only have one parent. You see, their dad was in the hospital dying of cancer. And he had put up a good fight 2 years, and it was like a denial up until that part that we were all about ready to go through a big change. So as I was sitting there, and my codependency was in big time, wanting to protect them, wanting them not to feel, wanting them, this whole mama bear thing. I had no idea I was going through feelings of myself because everything was poured into those kids. And they were adult, kids. So they actually, my youngest daughter, Julie, was 15 at the time. So as they were talking, I was feeling sorry for them. And then I backed away and I went, holy no, that only parent is me. And it was at that moment in time, everything in my body froze. Because up until then, I was just kind of like playing with my life, letting other people, do it, but not me, just kind of playing. And I was in school and all this other, but it was like, boom, that decision moment. I don't know if you ever had that moment, maybe in a car accident, maybe where that decision was there. And it was there that I decided that I was going to put all my energy into my growth, and because I was going to be the sole provider. So at that time, it gave me rocket fuel. It was in that same year he did die. The pain was there. That year I graduated from University of Texas with highest honors because I put the fuel under there. And then it led to a 17-year career in special ed in Leander School District. I retired and I got into coaching, and all my children have been a part of this business for a long time, and my grandkids, and that's where I am at now. But it wasn't that I could trace it back to that moment in time where it was the pain and that I was feeling that put the fuel under there. So that's a little bit of my story, which brings me to where I am now. And I've been doing this for about, like 12 years now. I was certified in 2010. So here you go. So my promise to you is I'm going to give you as much as I can in the next hour or so. And at the end, I'll give you some more information of how you can contact me, some different things. But right now, sit back and here we go. Relax, and we're going to go here. So let's take another deep breath in. We're going to look at your current life, okay, in 4 different areas. Your health and well-being could be your physical health, your mental health, okay? And on a scale from 1 to 5, where are you in 5 being excellent health, excellent well-being? I got this down. On a scale of 1 to 5, where would you put yourself currently? Just put that number down. Health and well-being, put a number down, okay? The second area we're going to look at is your relationships. Where are you currently in your relationships? It could be a relationship with your family member, your loved ones, yourself. Where is your longing, your discontent, just a number from 1 to 5, right, in your relationship quadrant? All right? So we have health and well-being currently, relationships currently. The third quadrant is your vocation. Yes, and that's your satisfaction with your gifts out to the world. How satisfied, longing, and discontent from 1 to 5 in your vocation. Maybe you have a job that's sucking the life out of you. Maybe you know there's something more that you have to do out there, right? Maybe it's just ready for you to retire, to just get on and find something else. Where are you in the vocation quadrant? And then the final one is your time and money freedom. Where are you in that quadrant? That's like where you have so much extra time, or where are you discontent? 1 to 5. And the money freedom, the freedom to explore, freedom to travel. 1 to 5. Okay? All right. So you should have 4 numbers there. Okay, and I'm going to invite you to take the quadrant with the smallest number, a 1 or 2, and we're going to create a vision. But before we do that, let me tell you about your results formula. So what we just did is looking at your current results in those 4 areas. All right? So your thoughts, what you're thinking, okay, create your feelings. So your thoughts, what you're thinking, create your feelings. And your feelings create your actions. And your actions create your results. So let me go over this again. This is the whole formula with results. So your thoughts cause your feelings, cause your actions, actions cause results. Okay? But so many of us are have that stuckness, and we get into this because. This is why we can't. I can't because. You're thinking, oh, I can't because. I can't because. My feelings are this way because. My actions are this way because. Because. So when you find yourself saying the word because, watch what comes right after that word because. Is it an excuse why you haven't moved forward? It's all results. And it all goes back to your thinking, the whole thought process. You can take your results and go back to your thoughts, what it is that you're currently thinking. All right, because your results never lie. And this isn't always like, negative results, positive. There are no negative or positive results. They're just results. But your results never lie. So right now we're going to tune in your attention and get connected to this higher source that's within you. And we're going to go into this first key, which is dream building principle number 1. Let's take it in. This is like the very first step into creating that 2021 self awesomeness. So principle number 1 is designing a dream, or designing your vision. This is my daughter Julie when she was 17. We had walked the labyrinth. She's 17, designing a vision of who she would love to be or become as she grew older. This is a very special moment. I found this. So it's so important to take time out to tune in to your higher self. So we're going to go into this meditation and design your dream. So let's take a deep breath in and ask yourself, what do I really want? As long as you're breathing, there's still more. What do you really want? Clarity is power. The more clearly you can see this clarity, the more your vision comes into focus. If this is new for you the first time, it may be all fuzzy. That is definitely okay. Maybe you've never taken time out to tune in to what your higher self is calling you. So there are no right or wrong. Everyone is right where we are. So as you look at the 4 quadrants, okay, we're going to go into what would I love? What would I love? Okay. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and use this beautiful gift that you've been given, gift of imagination. If you don't have an imagination, we imagine all kinds of horrible, crazy things. Just for this exercise, imagine, okay? And imagine it is June 26, 2024. Let yourself sink into this. And everything turned out beautifully since 2021. Imagine yourself getting into a beautiful big old limousine. You're going to see a movie that just came out, and the limousine pulled up and you're dressed to the nines beautifully, or and it's the premiere of this movie. and you go into the movie. You're getting out of the limo and you look up at the marquee, and the marquee is, and it all worked out. And you're so excited to see this movie. And it all worked out, starring you. Put your name in there. You're so excited. And you're walking in, and there's crowds in there. And they're not wearing masks. It's 2024. The crowds, and they can't wait. They cannot wait to this movie. And they came there just for you, to see you in this movie, and it all worked out. You go through and you get into those real comfy seats, and you got your beverage of choice and whatever it is you're eating, and you can't wait. You're so excited. And the movie comes up and your eyeballs open up and you see yourself. It's June 26, 2024, and you see yourself on the screen. And you're in a scene, and it all worked out. And tears are streaming down your face. Who's with you on that screen? Where are you in your movie? And this is the scene where the movie goes and everything, but this is the final scene of the movie. And you're standing there. Are you on a beach? Are you in the mountains? Where are you? Who's celebrating this with you? What are the smells that you're smelling? Is it the smell of the ocean breeze or the mountain air? Or what it is? You get to create it. What would you love? What would you love? And you're looking at this vision of yours and you're smiling. You are so happy. And all the people there, they're celebrating you. It's the final end of the movie. And what are they saying to you? What are they saying to you? What foods have you just eaten? Where are you in this scene of the movie? And it all worked out. Now get that feeling. And how are you feeling? What's that feeling tone? Is it joyful? Is it peaceful? Is it loving, kind? It's that feeling tone that's exuding from you and all those around you. You're watching the screen. And then that scene, the 2024 you is looking straight at you in the movie theater, and she's pointing to you and whispering, come here, come up to the screen. And you put your ear on the screen, and she whispers something to you. What is it that she's whispering to you? And in that moment, you've changed. And you go and you walk back to your seat, and you sit there and realize that you're transformed. And not only that, you look around in the theater and everyone there is crying and like, oh, this powerful movie, yeah. And you get up and you realize that in that movie you had made a decision. And you get up and you walk out and you get back in the limo, and your life is forever changed. So let's hold that vision. Okay, let's take a deep breath in, and you can open your eyes. Yeah. And what I'm going to do now is to put you in breakout rooms. And you get to talk about what it is that you saw, and everyone in that room, everybody gets a chance to share a couple minutes each and get a feeling what it feels like to be supported. Okay? So about 2 minutes each. We'll come back here in about 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'm gonna, okay? Sound good? All right, there you go. Okay, so just hit the join. There you go. Whoops. Did you get in there, April?
I did, and then it popped up saying to leave breakout room.
Oh, darn. Okay, that's my fault. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Okay, everybody will start to come back, and then I'll do it again. I hit the wrong button. There you go.
You want all three of us in the same room anyways? We were all three in the same room.
Yeah, I would love it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sure. They'll all come back, and then we'll get back. I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. I hit a close button, so yeah. I love it. There they come. They'll come back. Yeah. There you go. Thank you for being here, by the way.
Of course. I love making new connections. This is a great opportunity for that.
Yeah, there they go. Okay, I am so sorry, you guys. I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. I'm going to put you back, okay?
Oh, okay.
It's like, progress, not perfection, right?
It's all good, Judy.
Amen. Here you go. Now we'll go back. Open all rooms. There you go.
You know we're back, right, Jude?
Here we go. Oh no, I didn't see you back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're back.
Okay, great, great. Thank you for unmuting.
Absolutely. I thought I'd help you out there. Yep.
There you go. It takes a village, right? So how was that for you?
Beautiful.
Oh,
Sharing each other's experiences and dreams.
yeah, great. Yeah. Well, so would any one of you like to have a little bit of laser coaching around your vision? Would anybody like? Oh,
Heck yeah, I'm jumping in. This is serious stuff here.
this is serious stuff here. Well, you know what? This is like the good news, isn't it? So let's take a deep breath in, and you get. And what Susan and I are gonna do? I'm gonna go like this, okay? And no, I think I'm gonna go like this. And I want to make sure that I can see you and you can see me, okay? So I'm going to do a little bit of laser coaching on Susan. In other words, calibrating it, okay? So what I'm going to do is ask you, it's 2024, and we're bumping into each other, right? And I'm going to ask you questions. Are you ready to ask me questions so that we can like get it in there, okay? So take a deep breath in. Okay. Ooh. Oh, Susan, hi! You look fantastic.
Oh,
What's going on? It all worked out. Tell me more.
oh my gosh, it really did. So I moved back home and I'm with my family now, and it's just so great because I'm part of a community now and I'm really, really close to my cousins. And, you know, I had always wondered about my like not childhood, but like my boyfriend from that we broke up, and always had this kind of will we ever get back together thought. And we got back together and I just got married, Judy.
Oh my goodness, this is so
Yes.
great. Tell me more. At your wedding, you just got married. Tell
Hmm.
me more. Who was there, and tell me more. What did you look like? Tell me more.
Well, you know, it was just, I didn't see anybody else. We were just kind of standing there together, looking at each other, like kind of sighing, like, okay, it's been a long journey. And that's it. I didn't see anybody else there. It was just kind of like the two of us standing there at the altar. It was outside with a kind of like one of those, you know, gazebo kind of things. So, and it was just, oh, I was just breathing this sigh of relief, like that I've come full circle, and that this is what where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
And yes, and that the journey was
Tell
worth
me more.
it.
Tell me about the food that you just ate. Tell me about the celebration.
There was no celebration.
You're looking in his eyes, and what is he saying to you? What is he saying to you?
We're not saying anything. It was just like we were just standing there, just soaking in the moment. Just no words were needed. Just looking at each other like this was always meant to be. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, take a deep breath in there. Take a deep breath in. And let's all take a deep breath in. And if you can see Susan, look at her on her screen and look at the glow and release. Yeah. And we're going to hold our hands out like this because we know that it is so. It's done. And life looks good on you. You feel right? Okay, great. All
Thank
right.
you, Judy.
Oh yes, yes. No, we're gonna take that. We're gonna get some legs under it. Does anyone else want a few minutes of some laser coaching? Are we good? Oh, Janine, you want to come in here?
I don't know if I have as much clarity as Susan does.
Well, there you go. Now, one of the cool things is like when we start to compare ourselves, that is called a paradigm, and it will keep us stuck right where we are. Now, Susan and I have done this before too, and so whatever comes, let's take a deep breath. And it's June 26, 2024, and it all worked out. You saw the screen on the movie, whatever it was. You could even keep your eyes closed while you talk about it. Just what would you love? And it's already done. And you can start out by saying, I am so happy and grateful now that. So go ahead.
I am
Yeah,
just so happy. Who knew? I think I'm so happy and grateful to have all my kids together again. I just picture us we're all sitting together on one of those big tables. I don't know that it matters where we are. We could be at the beach, we could be at the mountains, we could be at home. But we're outside under these, big trees and twinkly lights, and just a big table that fits like 12 or 15 people or something like that, that has my kids there with their significant others, that I have a partner in life, and we're in a committed relationship, that there's just an ease of, life is good. There's not so much health or financial struggles or what have you. It's more time and space for family and friends, and the relationships, and fun.
Tell me of fun. Tell me something fun that
Oh.
it's done and you're doing in 2024. What have you done?
Oh.
Yeah.
Just that I'm really strong and have a lot of endurance physically. So whether, maybe I'm out doing a bunch of hiking at different national parks, I think I see that. Or doing some fun runs, with girlfriends or my kids. Nothing too crazy, just being super active and outdoors. Kayaking, we both love that. and even boating, just love being on the water, whether it's on a kayak, a paddleboard, or motorboat. Just being there, both in solitude as well as enjoying it with friends.
Okay, what's the feeling tone? If you could shut your eyes and deep in, and what is the feeling tone?
Just freedom and peace.
Yeah.
Freedom and peace.
Now we're bathing your cells in freedom and peace right now. Yeah. Keep breathing. The more you breathe, the more it is. Yeah. And we're holding our hands up like this, putting the blessing out on you. And so it is. And so we let it be. Yeah. Because if you can see it, and if you can feel it, that is from your higher self, your spirit. And there's nothing that you can do to not deserve it. You are so totally deserving. Everyone here is deserving. And it's already done. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. And thank you everyone for holding that vision. So what we're going to do is I'm watching the clock. So I'm watching the clock. Because guess what? In a vision, there is no time, right? So we're ready for the next step. So what you did is the first step, where you're designing that dream, designing that vision. And it is always such a good time when your eyes leak. It's really a good sign, because when your eyes leak, it means your heart is wide open.
I love that, Judy. And can I just say real quick that, Janine, I'm so grateful that you did turn on your video, because you're allowing yourself to be seen, and that's like a beautiful thing. So
yeah, amen. My buddies. Fine. Okay, so you ready for part 2? Ah, okay, good. All right. So here we go. Okay, so the second dream building principle is, hang on a second, you know what? There's somebody else. Well, I'm going to let somebody else in. Well, I think I'm going to let them watch the replay. How's that? Since we've kind of been going here. Yeah. Just because I can. We'll catch you on the replay. Okay, so dream building principle number 2 is deciding for your dream, making that decision. So there's a single mental move right now that you can make, which in a millisecond is going to solve enormous problems for you. And it has the potential to improve almost any personal or business decision you will ever encounter. And it could literally propel you down the path to incredible success. That incredible vision. Okay? And you know, we have a name for this magic mental activity. Drum roll. It's called decision. Decide. Boom. Okay. So I love this. If an egg is broken by an outside force, life ends. If it's broken by this inside force, life begins. Great things always begin from inside. And all of you have taken that little chicken inside that egg and burst through just by speaking it out loud. First you did it in your mind, then you actually spoke it out loud to another person. Good job. Way to listen. Okay. It's the inside force pressing out. So many times we'll try to like force things from the outside. Scott and that's called constrictive energy. Expansion and energy. Making a decision, you're expanding. So this is actually yesterday. I'm going to tell you about a client of mine. I love what I do because I get to do kayak coaching. And my client and I, once a week, we do our sessions out in kayaks. And this is like yesterday, a low water bridge. Some of you might know where this is. But this is where we actually were having our floating sessions because her vision was total health and well-being. She was overweight, very fraught with her mom, angry and everything. And working together over these years, we've created this kayaking thing. And this is Karen now. And this is actually what we do when we get out there. She has changed her lifestyle. She's changed her diet. And she brings the most delicious, it's one of the perks of me. I get to eat well with her, of all of the good, wholesome, organic food as we process and do our coaching work together. So I thought I'd show you that as part of my vision. My vision was to never work in 4 walls ever again. So I get to work from outside or wherever I'm at. So you have this beautiful dream. Making a decision for it now. And dream building principle number 3 is befriending your fears. How's that for you? I think sometimes I used to hear is like, oh, my character defect is a fear. Well, what if that was an asset? What if we changed our thinking, thinking results. So if we're thinking fear, our results are fear-based, right? What if when that fear popped up, we actually knew it was a good thing? My clients go, when they come and like, oh, I got this fear, I'm like, that's the good news. It's like, great, you're on the edge of a breakthrough of something that you've never known before. So some of the fears, like, what if I fail? What if I go through this dream and I fail again? How many of you are like, already that's coming up? Well, I'm not going to do that because I might fail. So what if you do fail? What if you do fail? Oh! Does anybody have that look at their face like recently? You know, that was like my 2020 self, right? So, right? What if I fail? You get right back up again. That's what, mentoring, structures, support, groups, gatherings were there to support you. You get right back up again. Okay. This is also another weight loss or, health and well-being friend of mine. And look what she's doing now. It's like, yeah, did she fall down? Did that happen in the first couple sessions or weeks? I don't think so. So this is like, I get right back up again. This is like the photo for this one. I love it. Okay. So there you go. Let's do that face. We've got this. Befriending your fear. Fear comes up. Fear is in there, Fear is a paradigm or a way of a limiting belief. And there's so many different tools that I teach, and it's like, what if I could? What if I could? Like, oh, I'm scared, I can't be in a relationship. And then like a tool would be to turn your body, take a deep breath and go, what if I could? And then the fears go, yeah, but you've never done it in the past. And you go, I know, but what if I could? All right? Because all successful people are willing to fail and get right back up again. Right back up again. Oprah Winfrey, did she ever fail? Oh, many times, right? Steven Spielberg failed out of film school 3 times, right? J.K. Rowling's was a big failure, single mom, right? She's the one, Harry Potter. Many, many failures before it turned. And then Bruce Springsteen was told he had no musical talent. Forget it. So we all have these visions of these people that are made it and everything. They made it because they failed, got back up, stayed in structured support, did it over and over and over again. So fear and failure, if you don't get anything else, write this down. Fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. I love that. I didn't understand that though. I always thought the whole thing was like that gave me like fear and failure. And in one of the books that I teach, it's U squared, how to square yourself exponentially. One of the tools is seek failure. Go out and fail today. Go out and seek about 10 failures. Go out, try something new, fail. Fail. Get back up and try again. I love it. Fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. Like, boom, aha moment right there. Okay, let's see. So when fears arises, what can you do? Now, here's the tool. You might want to write this down or take a screenshot or whatever it is. Okay? You go and you reconnect to your dream. Reconnect to that vision. Get in that energy of peace, And that's why I highly, highly suggest if you do like the main thing, as soon as we get off this, take time, about 20, 25, 30 minutes, write down your vision in detail, reconnect with it, keep it somewhere, put it on your mirror, look in the mirror, reconnect to that feeling tone. Okay? Now, and ask yourself, very important question, what is one action I can take that would move me in the direction of my dream? Okay, so what's one action I can take that would move me in the direction of my dream? So maybe your dream is to, for me, to have a house on a cliff overlooking the volcano. Just Google a picture of a house on a cliff. That's one small action. And one thing Tony Robbins always says, it's like it takes a 2 millimeter shift every day, 2 millimeter shift. Okay? And that's in the direction of that vision. Okay? There you go. So here's what we covered today. I'm doing good on time, right? I love it. So the first principle was designing your dream, is designing your dream, creating that vision. Always, always, always asking yourself, what would I love? Okay? So the second principle was deciding for your dream. So you can decide for your dream in any moment. So if you're making a decision during your day and ask yourself, what would I love in this moment? If it is you're in love with it, if it's in the direction of that dream and who you're becoming, do it. If it's not, somebody else will do it. Like, okay, you know, and it's always in the expansion, always in expansion, okay, not contraction. And then the third principle is befriending your fear. When fear pops up, go, wow, glad to see you again, and ask yourself, what if I could? Okay, so here we go. So here's that last part, my gift to you. All right, now let's take a deep breath in because we did cover a lot in a short period of time. So here's a gift to you. It's Vision Discovery Session. Yes, that's what I said. I would love, love, love to offer you this Vision Discovery Session. That's me up in Colorado, by the way. And it's where we're opening up. And right now we've just touched it in the last hour. This is a one-on-one 45-minute session where, and it's valued at $250, but it's complimentary. And you'll explore this life that you would love to live in all 4 areas, or maybe one area. We'll get, as we get to know each other more. And it could be your health, your relationships, that next job or not job, or the job, or who you're here to be, and some time and money freedom. That's what we'll be doing. And you'll discover your patterns of thinking. We'll dive deeper into your particular patterns of thinking that have kept you stuck so far, and then design some action steps to help you move forward. And then if you're a good fit, and we'll talk about some further coaching or programs that I do, that's, whether we get that far or not, that's definitely okay. But it's totally complimentary, and I do have space. I'm pretty, I don't want to say challenged. My schedule is full, but I'm carving these out spaces for you. And so what I would love to have you do is just take down my text number. It's 512-497-0190, and text me, and we'll set up a time and to further explore what you would love. Okay, let's see. I have 5 next week. So here it is again, 512-497-0190. There we go. Let's take a deep breath into that. And imagine yourself with open arms, free, and living in that, even though it's currently you're not, but you're living in this expanded vision. Yes. And it's my gift to you. It's my service work. My whole vision is to impact 1 million families, for that generational bonding. And I would love to have a conversation with you about how you can fit that in, or fit your vision in there. So I'd love to end with this little video. Let's take a deep breath in, and this is a very powerful video that I love. I love, love, love. So
when I watch TV, it's just some shows that that are pretend. And when you explore, you get more imagination than you already had. And when you get more imagination, it makes you want to go deeper in, so you can get more and see beautiful things. Like the path. If it's a path, it could lead you to a beach or something, and it could be beautiful.
You think this is just another day in your life? It's not just another day. It's the one day that is given to you today. It's given to you. It's a gift. It's the only gift that you have right now, and the only appropriate response is gratefulness. If you do nothing else but to cultivate that response to the great gift that this unique day is, if you learn to respond as if it were the first day in your life and the very last day, then you will have spent this day very well. Begin by opening your eyes and be surprised that you have eyes you can open. That incredible array of colors that is constantly offered to us for pure enjoyment. Look at the sky. We so rarely look at the sky. We so rarely note how different it is from moment to moment with clouds coming and going. We just think of the weather, and even of the weather we don't think of all the many nuances of weather. We just think of good weather and bad weather. This day, right now, is unique weather. Maybe a kind that will never exactly in that form come again. The formation of clouds in the sky will never be the same that is right now. Open your eyes, look at that. Look at the faces of people whom you meet. Each one has an incredible story behind their face. A story that you could never fully fathom. Not only their own story, but the story of their ancestors. We all go back so far. And in this present moment, on this day, all the people you meet, all that life from generations and from so many places all over the world flows together and meets you here like a life-giving water if you only open your heart and drink. Open your heart to the incredible gifts that civilization gives to us. You flip a switch and there is electric light. You turn a faucet and there is warm water and cold water and drinkable water. It's a gift that millions and millions in the world will never experience. So these are just a few of an enormous number of gifts to which we can open your heart. And so I wish you that you will open your heart to all these blessings and let them flow through you. That everyone whom you will meet on this day will be blessed by you. Just by your eyes, by your smile, by your touch, just by your presence. Let the gratefulness overflow into blessing all around you. And then it will really be a good day.
So I love that video. It's like opens my heart. So whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Because boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. So, yes. So thank you for believing in your best 2021 self. Remember to dream big, dream bold, and above all, accomplish brilliantly. So there you go. It's been such a pleasure and a gift to to serve you. And this has been really yay.